will take a 17-6. If they win, they go 9-0. They'd only be keeping pace with the Giants. T-minus 3 weeks till Super Bowl 24.5. As we go around the NFL in week number 10, the Giants look great today. They were hot. Hotter than the Los Angeles weather. Bill Parcells, take the sweater off. It's 100 degrees on the field. Rodney Hampton scurries in. Rams usually give the Giants problems. Not today. 31-7 New York. They're 9-0. Atlanta at Chicago. The Bears very quietly 7-1 going in. Richard Dent not so quiet against Chris Miller. Sacked him twice. Lemuel Stinson, 2 interceptions. The Bears now 8-1. They win at 30-24. Cardinals at the Bills. Call your travel agent now. It was marvelous in Buffalo today. When's the next plane out? Say the Cards. Jim Kelly threw 4 touchdown passes. One to the white flash, Don Beebe. This one to Steve Tisker, a Tasker. 45-14 the Bills. But keeping pace in the AFC East, the Miami Dolphins win a big factor at the Meadowlands. 3-3 game in the third quarter. Off the back of James Hasty goes the Roby punt. Beatty covers it. And the Jets pay. Marino to Tony Page. Miami wins it 17-3. Both the Colts and the Patriots have been listing starboard this year. The Patriots led it 10-6 in the fourth. Jeff George and the Colts woke up. George to Bentley for 22 yards. And then with barely more than 2 minutes to go, George to Billy Brooks. The Colts beat the listless Pats 13-10 at Foxborough. Andre had a chance to show his wares for the Lions. Didn't do well against the Vikes in the first half. Bob Galliano relieved him, but he was Harvey wall-banged by Al Noga. Al over Nico. Vikings over Lions 17-7. Bucks at the Saints. Craig Hayward phoned home. He phoned in another 100-yard day. 155 yards for Ironhead as the Saints go on to absolutely blast the Buccaneers 35-7. Out west, the Broncos at the Chargers. John Elway's foot, a question. No question anymore, the San Diego defense. Gil Bird, 2 picks. He has 7 on the year, the veteran Charger defensive back. Marion Butts rumbled for 114 yards. The Chargers, the Lightning Bolts at 500. They win it 19-7. Art Shell, undefeated as head coach in the mausoleum, 10-0. But into town come Don Mikowski and the Packers. Touchdown to Vince Workman, my way back to you, babe. Magic, 28 yards to Perry Kemp. The Pack win at 29-16. Seahawks at the Chiefs. What a day for Derek Thomas. NFL record 7 sacks. Dave Craig of the Seahawks sacked 9 times. But with the score 16-10 KC, Thomas misses sack number 8. And on the final play of the game, it's Craig to Paul Scansey. And Seattle beats Kansas City 17-16. Chuck Knox's first win in Arrowhead since 1973. The Chiefs had 9 sacks. The Raiders had 8 sacks today. Didn't work. Both teams lost. When we return, the commissioner, Paul Tagliabue, visits.
Join us as our special halftime guest. Paul, a lot of things going on, a lot of controversial things in the NFL. Let's start with Phoenix. The referendum voted down in Arizona for the Martin Luther King holiday, so it looks like the Super Bowl is in jeopardy right now. What's your current position?
Well, it's in jeopardy. We've told the people in Phoenix that we'll keep the door open. If they can work out a solution, we'd be willing to cooperate with them.
A lot of people are asking, why was the game awarded to Phoenix in the first place with this already the situation?
Well, the Phoenix people wanted us to go ahead and consider them along with the other candidates, and we felt it was appropriate to do that at that time.
Paul, when has it become the policy of the National Football League to get involved in really political issues that are decided by the state?
Well, I don't think we got involved in politics. I think our game became involved in their political debate, which has been going on for about 10 years. I think the solution is for us to get out of the debate. They can decide it themselves, and we'll play the game elsewhere.
Let's hit a couple other issues as quickly as we can. Thing that's been in the press an awful lot is the Lisa Olson investigation up in New England with that incident. Where does that stand right now?
Well, I received a report this week about what happened in the Patriots locker room, and I'll be deciding in a couple of weeks what I have to do about that.
Collective bargaining. It's been an issue. When you took over, you said one of your #1 priorities is to try and get agreement with the players. It was announced in the papers that Jack Donald will probably maybe be stepping down at the end of this year. Are you now going to take over that, and do you see a resolution to the problem between the players and the owners?
Well, I don't think I'll be taking over. I think we'll be continuing with the Management Council, and we'll be trying to have discussions with them about settling some of the lawsuits.
Where are you now?
Well, we've been having discussions on and off about settling the cases, and I think those will continue.
Are you optimistic?
I'm always optimistic.
Paul, you've been very aggressive ever since you have become the commissioner. Is this a function of the commissioner that you wanted to be, the kind of role you saw for the office? Is it also a function of the ownership, what they wanted you to do?
Well, I don't think I'm aggressive. I just think that when issues arise, you should make decisions, and that's what I've been doing.
I think that's aggressive.
Well, you can't avoid decisions in life. You have to make them.
One of the other situations that is going to be coming up shortly is expansion. Where do we stand on that?
Well, we're trying to target the addition of 2 teams in the NFL by 1993. And we'll be working on that between now and our league meeting in March and looking at all the cities and make some decisions at that time.
When you took over, as you look back on a year now, some of the highs and lows.
Well, I think one of the surprises has been that 7 of the playoff teams that we had last year have been having trouble winning some games this year. On the other hand, we've had teams like Miami and the Raiders, the Bears playing very strong. So that's a surprise to see teams like Minnesota and Philadelphia having their problems, but maybe Philadelphia come back tomorrow night, beat the Redskins, and they won't be having problems.
Don't say that. But
I think the way the teams have been performing is a bit of surprise to us.
Is it a shift away from some of the parity you hope for?
I don't think so. I think it's the cycle we always see in the league with teams coming back and other teams going down, which is what the draft and the other player rules are supposed to produce.
How about free agency? There's been a lot of talk about that. Do you think that will ever happen in this league, or would that destroy pro football?
I think it would hurt. I think that you'd lose what Joe was referring to, the equality of opportunity among the teams to produce winners in every city in the league, and I think we need to keep that mechanism in place.
Paul, thanks very much. We certainly appreciate you stopping by, and good luck the rest of the season and the rest of your career as the NFL commissioner.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Joe.
You bet, Bob.
We'll be back.